Hey, everybody. Hey there. Hey, replay people. I heart you. I heart each and every one of you. We generally give just a few moments for live people to join us. So hi to all my replay people as live folks join. I heart you. I heart you, heart you, heart you. Peekaboo. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the Midday Moment. I'm your host, Dr. Davina Jones. The Midday Moment, it is the place right here in the middle of the day, usually, where we remind ourselves to expect great things. And we expect great things, not because we ignore the questions of our day, not because we ignore the challenges of our day. We expect great things because we recognize that we're fully human and we're fully divine. And in our fully human selves, we got stuffs. Out of the heart flows the issues of life. We got some heart issue stuff. And we talked about healing hearts yesterday, healing those issues and so forth. We talked about that yesterday, the heart prayer. And the reason why we know that there's healing for the heart, because in our divine selves, we got the answers. Fully human, fully divine, stuff answers. So the midday moment is designed to make sure you are tapping into your divine. Because when you tap into your divine, you tap into your river of hope, your river of resolve, your river of peace, your river of answers, your river of strength, your river of joy, your river of healing, your river of restoration. All of that is in your divine. So let's sing about it. It's time for the midday moment. It's time for the midday moment. It's time for the midday moment. Oh, it's time. Yes, I'm expecting great things. Everybody say, I'm expecting great things. Come on, believe it. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. And where are we expecting at? In my life. Yeah. I'm expecting great things. In my home. Oh, I'm expecting great things. Yeah. And all around me, I'm expecting great things. We'll trickle there. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. You may not see, but I choose to believe. They may not see, but I choose to believe. Sometimes I may not see, but I choose to believe. Everybody say great things. All right, y'all, say thank you, theme song. Come on, say thank you, theme song. And theme song says, you're welcome. Dre Metler loves when I do that. He was like, I think that's so funny. Every time you say theme song says, you're welcome. All right, everybody. So welcome to the midday moment. Oh, my goodness. Woo! I just finished an appointment and it was absolutely amazing. You know, when you sing expecting great things, creating great things, it's almost like sipping. sipping on strong drink, and eventually you become intoxicated. You become intoxicated with your ability to create, manifest, and believe in great things. And you start doing it. You start actually living it. And then you have moments where it almost feels normal because you've been drinking this whole time. It feels a bit normal. And it takes another moment sometimes to say, wow, yes, this is what I've been drinking on the whole time. So no wonder I'm feeling it. I've been drinking on this for a while now. All right, so Um, we have been journeying together. I say we because the midday moment is not alone. It's not alone with each of you. The midday moment is also part of a larger network, and our practice is called Kingdom. It's a way of being, seeing, thinking, believing, and so forth. A way of living your life so that you can go from abundant life to more abundant life. That you can go from life, you go from existing, you go to life, to abundant life and more abundant life. You have that opportunity, okay? And it is not dictated by that around you, it's dictated internally. And so the midday moment is designed to help you tap into a part of our practice if you so desire. And so so we offer that to you. I've often said that there's a certain way that I live my life so that I can overcome on purpose, not drown in despair, sorrow, but to overcome. I didn't say I'm exempt from it, but to overcome on purpose. And so there's a certain way that I live my life to do that. So I offer this certain way to you. So a certain way I live my life to overcome, a certain way I live my life to overcome on purpose and to then live on purpose. I plan to have more peace in my body, more peace in my relationships, and more peace in my money. And so I share these practices with you. And I plan to live out my purpose. I believe that each of us, we come into this life experience with certain gifts, talents, and sensitivities to help us navigate and become aware of why we are here. You were born on purpose. You were born on purpose to overcome on purpose, to live on purpose, to live out your purpose. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. There are no accidents. Collisions. You might have got here through a collision, whether that collision was incest, whether that collision was rape, that collision might have been a one night stand, the collision was they thought they were in love and then they divorced. Whatever the collision was, you are here. You are here. And I celebrate your presence. I celebrate you being here. Well, together we have been reading through Life Changing Prayers. This is the bestseller of the bestsellers, and it is indeed life changing because prayer is a conversation. It is a conversation you have with God. And because God is love, this is a conversation you have with love. And honey, when you have a conversation with love, it changes everything. Not because love changes that thing, but because your conversation with love changes you. Prayer changes you so that you can then change the thing. So it's life changing. All right. And so we've gone through several prayers. We've introduced you to several prayers that you can pray at any time of the day, any moment in the year, any day of the week. You can pray and affirm these prayers as a part of your practice so that you lift yourself in this love conversation. Y'all remember that song? I love that song. Love. The original is BBCC Wine is where they say, no, forgive me. The original is Jennifer Warren, I think, and Joe Cochran. I think those are the names. Love, lift us up where we belong. BB and CC saying, Lord, lift us up. I could sing either one because God is love. Love, lift us up where we belong. Your conversation with love, it lifts you up where you belong in the Christ consciousness. Christ being a way of thinking. Okay. Christ, our way shore Jesus, who embodied Christ and showed you that you do too, had a way of thinking. And so we refer to Jesus as a way shower, our way shower that shows us how to think healing thoughts, how to think forgiving thoughts, how to be forgiving, how to be healing, how to be the presence of peace in the midst of chaos, right? So this conversation with love, it lifts you. It lifts you. Love lift me up where I belong. Lord, lift me up where I belong. We sang that as a part of my college choir too. It was one of our closing songs. We did a program feature with Dr. Rebecca Steele called From Bach to Gospel. So we did all of these. We normally started with a Bach anthem from the Baroque era, and then we do some operatic pieces and some show tunes, some patriotic tunes, and then we do a whole second half of spirituals going into gospels. And we often end it with Lord, lift me up where we belong. Ruthie Brown, if you're watching, Salute to you because you used to sing that song, honey. You and Clifford Humes. Lord, lift us up where we belong. Love, lift us up. That's what this conversation does. That's what prayer does. And these prayers are designed to help lift you up. Okay. All right. So the prayer that we are focused on today is called It's called jealousy. The jealousy prayer. My gosh. Jealousy. And so I've got to share the daily download from today from Dr. Gerard R. Pulley, because he spends the first part of the daily download morning teachings on the same prayer. And then I share my light in the afternoon. And I love the way he talked about it today. We have a tendency to see God the way we've been introduced to God. So if you were introduced to God as a jealous God, because Moses said that, but that was how Moses saw God. Moses was working out how do I frame and work through what I'm seeing, and that was what he kind of projected onto God. And so that doesn't mean you have to carry that same definition of God being jealous, because if you recognize, if you honor and affirm a jealous God, then it gives permission for jealousy to be a part of your experience. And it doesn't have to be. You do not have to operate in jealousy. Okay. So you can listen to the daily download to get some more of that, because I desire to kind of use that and pivot into how I'm experiencing this prayer today and the thought of this prayer. So not only have I elected to not see God as a jealous God, but to see God as love, and love is never jealous. I've elected to see God as love, as the energy of love, the everlasting, unconditional energy of love. Because I've elected to see God as the everlasting energy of love, and myself as an offspring of love, and to see you as an offspring of love, I'm practicing how not to live or to give way to thoughts, concepts, and responses and actions to the concept of jealousy. Because love is not jealous. Love is not jealous. Love is not jealous. Love is not jealous. Nope, it is not. And so not only am I learning to live by that belief and within that belief system, um, I am also, here is how I'm hearing this today. I'm al- be- I'm also learning that jealousy means not being jealous of my previous experiences, exposures, celebrations, and so forth. And that might sound a little strange, but let me take you into the jealousy prayer and then I'll elaborate. All right. So the scripture of jealousy says, "Love." This is from Song of Solomon, 8 Songs of Songs. Okay, in the Kingdom Study Bible, because we're Dr. Pulley, along with supporters and so forth. Um, is writing the Kingdom Study Bible. So, writing the Bible, interpreting the Bible from this kingdom perspective of God is love. Very different than how we may have been introduced to the energy of God and the energy of love. So from Song of Songs 8, verse 6, Kingdom Study Bible, love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Jealousy, the outcome, the fruit of jealousy is very cruel. Love is very strong. It's as potent as you tend to see death. It's as potent as you, which is interesting, because that means if you see death as a potent, just like it's gripping. Love is that. Love is gripping. Love can be gripping in the best of ways. Love grips you. It can arrest you and allow you to live out its fruit of peace, of joy, of patience, faith, and goodness, and meekness, and temperance. Love is that potent that it can bear the kind of fruit that allows you to live out your life in miraculous, what we might call miraculous ways. Like, how does she do that? How does one do that? It's called love. you know Love has its own strength. And jealousy is as cruel as the grave. So using that scripture, we then implement a denial. What we reject. Okay. And so the denial here is, I release and let go of jealousy. I do not need to be jealous of anyone. I release and let go. So I say that to go back to the light that I'm experiencing this prayer in, which is, I'm not afraid to let go. Jealousy is when you can't let go of the opinion or the concept that that's good. Yes, it is good. Okay, done with it. Next. That's great. Done with it. Next. Why do I say that? Because I was in a meeting today, and one of the things that came up in the meeting is not being afraid, because you experience a good idea, you experience a great moment, and not being afraid to let go of that moment for what it was, so that you don't end up living in the jealousy of that moment, competing with another, because that's what jealousy does. Jealousy competes. And it's so important that you learn to celebrate and let go of that moment. Celebrate it. Yay! Celebrate it. Celebrate him, her, they, them. Celebrate. Let it be what it is. Because if you hold on to it and you don't know how to let go and release it in celebration, release it in celebration, release it in celebration. Yay! Release it in celebration. Yay! When you don't know how to release in celebration, you end up holding on to competition, which is jealousy. And you end up you self-destruct. It's like you even eat your own potential. You eat away at your own potential. When you stay in jealousy, you eat away at your own potential. When you cannot release someone in celebration, when you cannot release a moment in celebration, when you cannot even release your own accomplishment in celebration, you then make that previous accomplishment in competition with your potential. It took me a minute to get to that, what I was saying, but thank you for your patience for letting me talk it out, because that's what I was feeling. And I don't always have a robust conversation before I come on. So I'm very often in real time. And so you have it within you to release in celebration, so that that thing that you are
Powering
celebrating,
off.
that thing that you're celebrating, it gets to live on its own, and you not be in a competition with it, because you step into your own, or you step into a new of your own. You don't have to compete. You do not have to compete. You don't have to compete. You don't. And I'm encouraging you to not do so, because then you restrict yourself. You restrict and you smother your own potential to do whatever it is you are called to do, or to do your next. And so this was very real for me today, because I heard Spirit say to me the other day, it was something that I was a part of, and it was really beautiful, great, had a lot of potential. And I was trying to hold on to it, because I'm like, no, this is good. Ain't nobody going to come and get the glory after I put in all of this work. Ain't nobody going to come and get the glory after I put in all of this work. And what I'm really working in is jealousy. Like, I put in this work and then they get the credit and they get the glory. I was really working through jealousy. I put in this work, they get the credit and they get the glory. Jealous that I didn't get the glory. And so I heard Spirit say, release it, let it go. Because if you don't, you're going to block up your potential for the next. And so I had a meeting today. That was a confirmation. It was a confirmation of what's ahead of me. It was a confirmation of something that I had been thinking to do. And I had a meeting and I didn't even express all of it. And somebody came and said, well, this is what I see. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh. But had I stayed, had I been seating, Had I been seated, and seated, had I been seated and sitting with jealousy, afraid of that glory over there and afraid of that, like ain't nobody gonna take my glory. Had I stayed there, I wouldn't be in a position to accept the next. I wouldn't be in a position to release and work with my next gift of potential, my next gift, and my next creation. Jealousy keeps you from being creative. Jealousy keeps you from being creative because you're busy looking over there. I gotta go. Oh my God. Thank you for letting me talk this out. My goodness, it's 20 minutes. Jealousy keeps you from being creative because you're looking over there. Jealousy keeps you from being creative and innovative. Love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. I release and let go of jealousy. I do not need to be jealous of anyone or anything. We are all one. We are all the same. The same place I got that idea, I can get another one. The same place you got your idea from, divine mind. It's enough to go around. It's enough to go around. It's enough potential to go around. The universe is abundant. It's enough to go around. So I don't have to be jealous. I can release and let it go. And I can release in celebration. I know I was preaching to myself for real. I say that, but for real today, I was talking to myself. I was talking to myself for real. Thank you for listening. I was talking to myself, but thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it because I really was. This was a whole love conversation to me about me. Release and celebration, because if you don't, you block up your potential to create and be innovative. We're all one. We all come from the same. And all of these ideas and experiences, we can create from the same. We create from the same divine mind. I was talking to myself. I love you. I thank you for being with me today. It was my little break. I'm going back to work now. Thank you. Thank you for your comments, your expressions, your shares, your likes, your hugs, your reflections, your observations, your gifts, your offerings, your presence. Thank you. Thank you. It's an encouragement to me. I pray that I'm an encouragement to you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Have a good one. God bless you and God be you.